The duck of luck. The duck of luck.
Duck of luck.
The duck of luck. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smote, the unofficial Smite podcast. I am your host, Wildcard, aka Pothead Panda, and I am joined today by XAQAR, aka Quentin. Quentin, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You exist.
Yeah. Hype for these patch notes, though. Oh,
We're just gonna jump straight into it. Is that it?
yeah. Right.
Oh my god. Alright. So, we do have a few topics that we're gonna talk about here. Approximately 10 minutes per topic. But first, I think we should start on the new battle pass. The new battle pass in Smite. What are your thoughts on it?
It's interesting. Wait, I thought they were doing like, maybe I missed something, but I thought they were doing like a like battle pass plus sort of thing. Like there's a battle pass and there's a battle pass plus where you get like a couple extra things.
There is,
Was
yeah. The
but
original
no,
battle pass is 800 gems, and then there's the battle pass plus, which is 1400.
yeah, but that's just like extra. That's like 20 levels or something.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
not.
And then there's the free
But,
track items.
well, yeah. Yeah, let's just, some nice. Let's observe the skins for these, the battle pass skins here.
Nice
What even
smooth
are they?
transition there. I'm liking this.
Uh, the the
Let's talk about the demonic blade King Arthur for a minute. What are you
say
thinking of his skin?
I've not looked at the animations. So I mean, that if like for me, that's where all the value comes in. Is if there's not a good animation, it's not worth it. I don't care if it looks like absolutely fire. It has to have some sort of cool animation to justify it.
Yeah,
This
I
one
got you.
looks fire.
It looks
It's
absolutely amazing, dude. Like
it's weird.
this.
It's weird because they just gave out there's the free skin for this season that we're in right now was a King Arthur skin.
Right. I mean, both skins are absolutely fire if you ask me, but I'm just adoring how each like I don't know. I love how the skins look hellbent.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
I don't know. That one looks really cool. The
right?
the Vulcan skin also looks really really nice. I like the like purple like fire demon aspect.
They're really paying attention to detail, which I absolutely love. I am someone
Yeah,
who goes nuts for any kind of just small detail, and it's so crazy to actually see these skins, just even the art. So I wonder how they're gonna look in game, but I guess we'll find out on
yeah.
Tuesday now, won't we?
And if they have any like good animations. No, if you look at
Right.
the Vulcan skin, you can kind of see that he like is wearing armor, but like on his arm and leg, there's like little armor bits left.
Oh
Just like he like
yeah.
broke out of it, but they left the little bits.
It kind of reminds me of Surtur, you know, when he drops his like armor pieces and you gotta go around picking
Yeah.
them up. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. That's what I'm. I don't know. Or no, what are the things in Fortnite? The little purple deities. The
Oh.
the purple deities in Fortnite. The little ghost zombie things.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't.
It looks like the final boss to that.
Yeah,
But I really love how they paid so much attention to add just a theme of lost soul to this battle pass along with Charon. So
yeah.
that's gonna be really nice to see in combat too. I wonder how that's gonna work out.
Gonna say, and there's some other cool stuff with that we're going to talk about later because
Right,
the map
right.
changes. They're
Oh.
very nice.
Oh yeah, no, map changes. Map changes are something we're gonna get into a bit later, but for now, Shadow Spawn Loki, I gotta say, it's
mid.
kind of a it's kind of a mid skin, and I ain't
I don't know.
talking about the lane, dude. Like,
I don't know. Loki just. I feel like Loki skins are just not like all of his skins are just kind of okay.
I mean, Tokyo Machine skin was kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
tested
but
that one
that's
out
because the
earlier. It
crossover.
was
That
right.
that crossover made sense. Yeah,
Speaking of crossovers,
this skin looks kind of meh. Like
speaking of
it's kind of cool.
crossovers, god damn
Sorry.
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this skin look kind of just okay. Maybe its effects are just like absolutely phenomenal because that's going to be the only thing to save it.
Speaking of crossovers, it is now week 2 for the VShojo event, meaning those gem prices are going to go up and up and up, so make sure to claim them while they're still fresh.
Say it is actually a phenomenal deal. Like week 1.
Oh, it 100% is. I got mine week 1, and oh my god, I am in love with the Silverdale skin for Scotty. Ugh.
Yeah. No, that skin is fire.
Which one?
All of them are really good, but especially the Scotty one.
Are you just saying that because that's my main?
Well, yeah, but honestly, I do really like the Scotty one. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I really like the detail on the wolf too.
Yeah. Well,
Ugh.
going back to that King Arthur skin, his like if you look at his head above his head, he has like a Sauron eye looking thing.
Oh yeah,
Which
you're right.
wait, doesn't have eyes. He just has like the Sauron looking eye.
Oh my god, dude. I cannot wait to see that in combat
Yeah.
with the on her
He
skin
just,
that you get, the like the
oh
tentacle on her skin.
yeah, the demonic on her.
Mm-hmm. Ah, dude, that's gonna look so well in a match.
So
Speaking of,
I was looking at what the free one was. It's this next one. It's the Ruby Ravager Chernobog.
oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
You
thought it
saw
was
the
the Shadow.
Chernobog.
I thought it was the Shadow Spawn Loki because that skin just feels like the free skin. You know, like still solid, but not like God tier. This looks great. I'm dissing on Loki skins.
Yeah, no, dude, you really dissing on Loki as a whole lately. Holy
Yeah.
shit. But Ruby Ravager Chernobog, dude. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the wings for a minute. Oh my god, dude. I love how it makes it just look like metal plating mixed with bones.
Yeah, and like kind of has that fiery feel.
I fucking love it, dude. This is what they should have
Yeah.
made the what was that one Hellfire battle pack? The Hellfire Syndicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they should have put this in here as the free skin for the Hellfire Syndicate. I feel like that would have been a lot more fitting for it, but Season of Souls, all right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
No, I'll for sure be grinding to like what is it, level 40 to
You
get
don't
this
even
skin.
play Chernobog, dude.
Yeah, but it's a fire skin though.
It okay, you're not wrong. It is.
If it was the Loki skin, you know, honestly, all these skins are good.
All
Loki's
these
just
skins.
all these battle pass skins are good. Loki is just getting pitted up against 3 gods.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah,
pun
yeah.
intended.
All these skins are pretty fire, but the most mid out of all of them has to be Shadow Spawn Loki. Sorry to all the
Yeah,
Loki mains out there. Like, the skin's still good, don't get me wrong. I love the detail on the skin. I can't wait to see its effects. I
yeah.
cannot wait to see him in battle. But out of all the skins so far, this is the most mid.
Let's we head up to the other skins coming out.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The first one I do want to talk about, though. Let's talk about that National Treasure Uller that's coming out. We got a few hunters here. They're really focusing on hunters, aren't they?
Oh, that's Ulir.
Yeah,
That does
that's
not look
Uller.
that does not look like Ulir.
No, it does not. That looks
I
more like a Gilgamesh.
Yeah, wow.
Just a wow.
Wow, that I don't know. That looks like literally. You said like, hey, I'll look at the National Treasure Uller skin. I'm like, there's I can see the 6 skins. None of those look like an Uller skin. Like, you got your Soul skin, sure, maybe. I guess the Soul one is also a little iffy.
Hot Rod Soul, I can see it. It's again,
Yeah,
it's kind of a mid tier skin. I don't know what you want to do with Soul. With characters like Soul, Anubis, uh, Loki, you can't really make
yeah,
good skins
yeah,
unless they're crossovers.
yeah. Hopefully
But
the effects are good on the Soul skin to make it worth it.
right. But even on gods that are really hard to make skins for, I still think that the Smite dev team, they do a phenomenal job just
Yeah,
creating them and bringing them to life.
yeah. So this Uller skin, is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna
I
be
feel like
a
the
skin.
I think the first few times you're gonna see it, you're gonna be very confused and be surprised when he starts doing Uller things. Especially in like a chaotic team fight where it's like, oh yeah, that's probably the warrior, and then he starts like throwing axes.
I
It's
want
like,
to see
nope.
his. I want to see his. I want to see his bow. I wonder if his bow is just like a submachine gun or something.
Yeah.
And I wonder
I
if
feel like
his
they could,
axe is just like a flag.
yeah, with Uller, you can do some cool stuff since you have 2 weapons that are have to be very unique. So you can do some cool stuff with that.
Uller definitely isn't the easiest god to master. I'll give you that.
Next is the Cupid skin, which
Oh, we're going straight into the color forge. All right.
so this is skin you get literally for just showing up. Like I'm pretty sure you might have to complete a quest or something. I'm not 100% sure. But all I know is that this is a free skin and it's pretty good.
This is
It
100% a free skin, and in my opinion, one of the best free skin events that they've done. I mean, just look at that Cupid skin. Not
it,
only is it
it
adorable, it's fire.
oh what's the other Cupid skin? Because it looks like a different one.
Right. I mean, it does look like a reskin.
The Mighty Mage. It looks like
Mighty
a
Mage.
yeah, that's what it's called. I think it's just a reskin of the Mighty Mage actually. If
Either
I think
way,
the but no, if that is how we think it is and 100% free just for existing, that's a really good skin.
right.
The thing is whether or not it'll have the effects.
Wait, how much is the Mighty Mage skin?
The Mighty Mage skin is 1,200 gems.
1,200, and you can get that skin for basically free at a reskin. That's not too bad, and you can do it just by showing up. Mind you, this is going to be a
Unless
limited as well.
unless I am wrong, which I could be wrong. Yeah. Let's yeah, so that's interesting though. So again, if it has the effect change, that's gonna be a phenomenal skin for
Right.
free.
And again, you can unlock different colors for these guys. You can unlock different styles for these guys all through the event. It's going to be like one new color per week. So if you just play a few rounds, you know, squad up, queue up, casual rank, doesn't really matter. You're still earning those colors. You're still earning those skins. You're still getting those dubs. You're having fun.
Yeah. We're still trying to find where it talks about the event. I just cannot find it for the life of me. So hopefully we're right about these things.
Hopefully we're right about these things. Otherwise, we're going to have one angry Smite dev.
And we could again take this with a grain of salt. We are not, 100% perfect.
We didn't make the patch notes. We don't know.
Yeah, next skin is the Cthulhu skin.
About oh, I was gonna talk about the Alpha Pack Fenrir, the new T5 that's coming out.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
All right, so with Alpha Pack Fenrir, dude, you got 3 different styles. You've got 3 different riders, 3 different wolves, all from like mythology. Bro,
And
Fenrir is going off this season.
yeah, so the Fenrir skin, it will change based every time you ult. and it'll get a different effects based on which one you're in, like
Not to
which
mention
skin
different
you're in.
Not to mention different voice packs. You get different voice packs, different effects, different
And
skins, different riders for each time you use your ult. And each time you use your ult, that rider and wolf changes.
I'm pretty sure you can color it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
This is a Color Forge event skin, so you can color them.
yeah, that seems gonna be cool. I think it's gonna take a moment to not think that it's K or Lancelot, because it kind of does feel like a Lancelot skin.
Bubbles!
Like if Bubbles got replaced with a wolf, I feel like they would do something like this.
This is Bubbles 2.0. This is Mr. Nom Nom. He's just gonna be nomming on the enemy's corpse the entire time.
Yeah, I could see this being like, I could see that being a Lancelot skin.
Oh, 100%, but it is awesome that they added it as a T5 for Fenrir. It's definitely an interesting perspective to Fenrir.
Next is the spicy ramen skin.
Ooh,
which,
talking about spicy skins, here we go with the ramen, bro. You're gonna make me hungry.
yeah, that skin looks cool.
That skin looks fire as fuck. I heard that you're also going to be able to do an event to get a jump stamp, a 3D jump stamp. Can you believe that? As well as a global emote,
Ooh.
possibly. And, oh my god, have you seen his abilities yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're really
so
good.
fire. They are so fire. Oh my god.
And again,
Like,
as with the theme, you can recolor it, which is gonna be insane.
oh my god. That's gonna be awesome. Maybe a blue fire spicy ramen? That's gonna be awesome. Oh my god. I do absolutely love the food skin collection, but oh my god, this one just looks finger licking good, bro.
Then then the last skin is the Cthulhu skin.
The Angel of Chaos Cthulhu for our last skin. Oh my god.
I
I
think
love it. I absolutely love it.
like it feels like Cthulhu without like looking straight like Cthulhu.
Right? It Have you heard his voice lines yet?
No, I have not.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, those voice lines aren't like anything else you've heard so far.
There's a lot of nice skins.
Right.
And again, all the Color Forge ones can be recolored.
All the Color Forge skins can be recolored. Correct. Oh yeah, they also added a new feature to the Battle Pass, didn't they? They added
It did.
a feature where you can gift the Battle Pass now. You can gift the Battle Pass to friends who maybe can't buy it for themselves. So that's gonna be awesome to see.
It's surprising they didn't have that in already.
It's surprising that they didn't have it in, but now you can.
They, to be fair, they do have to have like tons of safety things, so someone doesn't like hack into your account and like start gifting out battle passes from it.
Right. So moving straight from the Battle Pass, we can take those Battle Pass skins and other items into the new map, which leads us into our map changes of the Season of Lost Souls. Let's get right into that. What do you think of the map changes?
Aesthetically, it's very nice. I like the very dead theme. In the dual lane, if off to like into the distance, there's like big walking dudes who's carrying like coffins. It's really cool.
I
So it's like
didn't
a
see that.
whole. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm actually really excited to see the new Soul Surge mechanic being implemented into the game this season. I feel like that's gonna add an interesting. It's a mechanic. It's a mechanic.
So I feel like so you made it so that when someone dies, it like kind of expands before actually summoning things, which is nice. So it isn't just like, oh, by the way, you killed someone, have a friend.
Oh yeah. it gives you time to prepare, I guess.
Or and it also gives you a movement speed buff, so you can actually just kind of flee.
Oh, I didn't see that, but yeah, it does. It does grant movement speed to all gods in the area, not just to the person who
Yeah.
activated the Soul Surge.
Yeah,
And it,
no. So you never have to really get caught in it. It's not like, oh, I killed this guy, now I have to like run really fast. It's
my
like, no, you can just
question,
actually just run.
my question is, like, let's say you're fighting for the Stygian beacon in mid lane, right?
Right.
And if you kill an enemy, that Soul Surge is gonna spawn, right?
Yeah.
If an enemy kills you, would that spawn a second soul? Would that spawn a
No.
second soul surge on the enemy's side, or would that just expand the area of the original soul surge and create a minion for you to defeat?
I don't think so. I
Because
think. Oh wait, no. It does increase the size
right,
and
like I knew
duration.
if it was, I knew it increased the size and duration for the god that died in there, but I didn't know if it was different for each team or if they had their own separate
No.
soul surges.
So how it works is, let's say someone on your team dies. A soul surge spawns there. Now let's say you kill someone. Then that's the soul surge that already exists there just gets bigger and lasts a bit longer.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
there's never more than one. And then there's like a 100, like a 2 minute delay between times it can actually like happen.
Two
It's like
minutes?
after, yeah.
That seems like a very long time to be there. Mid lane definitely is getting its value
Well,
this
no,
season.
well, no. The soul surge will cannot happen again within 2 minutes.
Oh, I thought you meant it lasted for 2 minutes.
No, no.
Okay, I was like, that seems a little overpowered because not only are you getting a speed buff, but you're also getting an attack buff.
Well, it does affect everyone in that circle.
Right, it's not
So
just your team or the enemy team, it's both teams colliding within the circle. So I'm
yeah,
wondering if it's gonna work more like a totem thing, or like the current totem in solo lane.
yeah.
I'm wondering if it's gonna work like that, except
No,
like a
so
wider area.
and it will summon a few soul spirit things that will attack you. But I don't know
Right,
how
right.
many, or like if more people die, if they summon more, how does that work?
I think
Because
that if depending on the enemy that died, um, so once an enemy dies, a soul surge will spawn, and one of the
right,
a little soul will appear and attack the closest god or enemy minion.
uh-huh,
And then I think after that, they occasionally spawn, depending on how long the soul surge lasts.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's how they're gonna do it.
So my issue with this is going to be, oh, I think they made it so that like if you kill someone, it's not just going to absolutely spawn in and wreck you. Because that was a concern I was going to have, is like if it didn't kind of wind up, if it just like, oh, you killed someone, it just instantly shows up, and now you have something to deal with. It's like, oh, I might get away with 1 HP. Nope, just kidding. This thing showed up. So luckily that's not a problem, but I still feel like it will be slightly annoying. And also, let's say you just wreck someone, and now there's a soul surge there. Then you kill the things that it summons, and now you have more golden XP after killing the person, which feels a little weird. Like I feel like it could kind of explode. Like, oh, I killed you, and also I killed the soul things, and I have a wave up. So you could just boost it a little too far. So hopefully
Yeah.
that is not how it works. I assume that they balanced it to be like not terribly, like killing the soul spirits gives you something, but not like nothing huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you could honestly just go take like a buff nearby and it'd be better, type of thing.
Right, right. Moving on
Yeah.
from the Soul Surge, though, Stygian Beacon. I hear that there are going to be 3 beacons that spawn in per map, or per
No.
match.
So the Stygian beacon is always in the same spot,
No,
But
no, I
like
mean,
each, but it will happen 3 times.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's gonna happen 3 times a match, but it's gonna stay in mid lane. So some of that value is coming straight to mid lane. Mid lane game is gonna be a lot more important, especially now that some of the areas are opened up, so that you can
Yeah.
see different buff camps through mid lane. That's gonna provide some major strategical advantage on both sides.
Yeah, so I think so it will happen it'll open at the 12 it opens at 12 minutes,
Yep.
which is when the fire giant spawns.
Right, right. No.
Is
They decreased the time for the Spire Giant to spawn, didn't they?
oh, I don't know. I think
I
that
swear
no,
they did.
that's I think it's like respawn time or something.
I could have sworn. Oh, no, you're right. They
Yeah,
did. They decreased it to what, like 5 minutes?
yeah.
Yeah. 5 minute
Or
respawn time, and then the
it's either
Fire Giant
5 or 4.
spawns at 5. Probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it still spawns in at 12 minutes, I think. But just
Yeah,
like if you kill it, it won't come back quite as fast.
right. But now you have two objectives that are going at the same time. It begs the question: which one are we gonna go after? Are we gonna team up, take the Stygian Beacon, then go for Fire Giant, or do we want to hit the Pyromancer Stygian Beacon, or what are we doing here? You know, because
I
we
would
could
like
also
I
go
would
for the Stygian Beacon Gold Fury and then hit the enemy for all they got.
to be in my so the way I see it is you're not going to take the fire giant at 12 minutes. That just really doesn't like it's possible, but it just doesn't happen that much.
No, it's very rare to hit the Fire Giant at 12 minutes into the game. 12
But
minutes into the
so
game, you're still
the
landing.
so the beacon kind of is like a very early team fight because it the way it works is like at 12 minutes it'll start like winding up like there's a circle thing off in your HUD so like, you can see when it's about to start. So it is very nice for that. Like that you can know like oh it's about to happen now and like kind of recall, get health back, everyone groups up near there and have a fight. Instead of like, oh yeah, by the way, you forgot about this, it happens now, whether or not you're ready. So it gives you enough time to like prepare.
Right. But I feel like that's gonna allow for a lot more team fights and a lot more strategy on the field. The Stygian Beacon, once again, gonna be very interesting to see in the new update. You've played the PTS, I have not yet.
I
I
have
don't.
not. I've
Oh,
not
you
played
haven't.
enough. No, I have, but I haven't played enough to like know anything.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like I know just like I literally ran into a against like a bot and just kind of was running around like, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works type of thing.
Okay, I got you. I actually
Yeah.
had a
So
dream last night where I was running around in the PTS and I was playing as Charon. Like I was sitting in the boat with an oar, right? And I just shot this
right.
massive line attack down mid lane. Like it was basically like a fucking tactical nuke.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
and then the other thing that happens when after the third beacon gets captured, the Titans unleash.
Oh, that's right. The Titans unleash and they both go down. They both go down the lane with like what, the least amount of towers, I think? Or
The most tower health.
the most tower. So they go down the lane with the most tower health. So these guys have a potential to not even meet each other in combat. Sure
No,
they
they
can.
do. No, they
They
will.
can meet each other in combat.
No, no, it's combined.
Oh, combine. I thought it was like for
Yeah.
each team the amount of
No,
tower
because that's
health.
so terrible. Like,
Oh my god.
because then it'd be like, oh, I'm pushing this lane, while you're pushing that lane. It's like no one's gonna stop each other because there's no really good reason to. But having a march down the middle is a good team fight. Like, because
That
everyone's gonna
is.
be fighting, or everyone's going to be fighting to both kill the Titan and kill the people to get a good Titan push going.
I feel like that is gonna be a little bit overpowered. I don't know how much damage the Titans are gonna do. Um,
Don't think they do that much to like. I don't think they do much damage except like towers type of thing. Or like no,
yeah.
I don't think they do all that much damage. But there's just a huge tank
I feel
and
like
do
they
like
would be
some.
able.
They do solid damage, but like they're just a big tank.
Okay. I feel like they would be able to make it through about like a tower and a half.
Yeah, but obviously you're there supporting it,
Right, right, right.
and also to the other thing is like even if let's say you lose the team fight, you can still like kind of wreck their Titan to make it so that they really can't get a good push because you've like yes you might have lost, but like you just wrecked their Titan so hard that they really can't push.
Dude, even if you destroy their Titan, yours is still going. You can still push with that thing, right?
Yeah,
You can still push with that Titan all the way to the Titan room.
yeah. Also, they're also uh the Titan health is not and like is not tied to like their actual health, so it's not like oh your push like your Titan push failed and now your Titan's at like half health or something. And also, by the way, they still have a Titan to come like kick in your door. Like it's not
Right.
like that, which is nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's gonna be awesome to see in the new season of Souls, but I'm really interested in I am honestly really interested to see how these balance changes with um with
The
the
map
items.
changes.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how these item changes bring new strategies, new metas to the season of Souls. How do you think they're gonna
Yeah.
affect the gods? Which gods do we think are gonna get hit harder?
Um. Well, so just items in general. Let's first go with there. There's new glyphs, which is cool. Relic Dagger has two, one of which has a glyph that reduces attack speed. So that's really nice. It's like was it Witchblade before it got removed? Is I think pretty much what it is.
Yeah, Witchblade. Oh, it's a shame that Witchblade got removed. It was such a
But
good item for supports and solos.
but now they've added it back pretty much.
They pretty much added it back just as a glyph.
Which I think is good since the I don't know, Witchblade was so hard that it was because it was like just an okay weapon or an okay item. Like, but its passive was cracked. I feel like this will help it to still be good.
Right, right, right. And you said that was what, the Toxic Blade glyph?
No, that was the Relic Dagger glyph.
The Relic Dagger. Relic Dagger.
Reduces reduces relic cooldowns by 40 seconds.
Oh, that's right. Then because with the Relic Dagger, they have the Bewitched and the Eldritch.
And the Eldritch, whenever you activate a relic, you get 15% more protections and the ability to see wards for 10 seconds, which is kind of weird.
Weird how?
The ability to see wards is kind of like I feel like you could kind of use it to like you could use it either to actually like for the protections or for the wards, depending upon how you want to do it, by just popping a relic.
Oh yeah.
Because you really can't like it's rare that you will get the protection boost and have the protection boost be good. And also the seeing wards not being like, oh wow, there's a ward over there. Too busy like there's a war going on over here.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I'm busy protecting my team. I can't go walk like halfway across the country to kill a ward.
Right, right. I don't feel like that's gonna. I feel like that's not really gonna happen a lot because if you're focused on a team fight, you're focused on that team fight. You're not focused on a lot of other things because you know where the enemy team is at all times.
Yeah, but no, I feel like the ability to see wards would be useful if it's like, oh, I'll just pop this and like just check for wards quick.
Oh yeah, no, 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 100%, 100%. Like if
But
you pop the
obviously,
ability,
but obviously the protections are way better.
the protections on the are we still talking about the Bewitched or the Eldritch?
Eldritch.
Oh shit, fuck! I completely missed that mark. I thought we were on the Bewitched.
No, Bewitched is the one that reduces attack speed.
I'm not looking at the patch notes right now. Shit, my bad. I'm still trying to go off of memory here, which I probably shouldn't, figuring these are new as hell. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, I see you.
Can you hear anything in the background by any chance?
I can. Mike's picking it up, too.
Yeah, I can't fix that.
You're fine. It's fine now. I want to kind of go into the Rune-forged hammer a little bit, actually.
Yeah, because Runeforge has not been used in forever.
No.
Like
So
it,
hopefully with these new glyphs, it should start to see a little bit more action with the flame forged hammer and the rune breaking hammer. I feel like these are going to be some really good, solid additions to the solo lane, as
yeah,
well as Gladiator Shield and Berserker's Shield or whatever you solo laners use. I'm a duo laner myself. Uh,
yeah. The Flame Forged is just like an AOE burn, which is cool.
right. I
Like
feel like
wherever
that
they,
would be good with Shiva.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of cool, like that. And then the Runebreak Hammer seems weird.
Rune
That's so
break is
hard to see it.
interesting.
I don't know. Does it? It would keep the would it keep the ground thing and have the shockwave? If it doesn't, I feel like that item's kind of bad.
It creates a 30 unit shockwave.
It's like it could be fine, but I don't know. I just don't see it being that good.
I don't know, man. I could really see this in solo lane if I'm being honest.
Uh, I just feel like the flame forge will just be more useful.
I mean, they're enemies. I don't know, man. Enemies hit by the rune breaking, they're dealing 10% less damage, and they take an increased 10% damage for 3
I didn't see
seconds.
that. I didn't say that they dealt 10% less. Dealing 10% more is just what it does. So that's not exactly worth mentioning.
Oh, wait, is that actually just what it does on a daily?
Yeah, but not dealing 10%. That's new.
Gotcha.
On
But
to
it is still
Parade Whip.
pretty decent. Knowing that information, I definitely think that the flame forged hammer is going to be a lot more widely used, but I could definitely see rune breaking being used in some
Yeah,
in some builds.
I also feel like especially if it does something different than what we think, I think it could also be useful.
Exactly. I feel like the rune breaking hammer is going to be situational. Rune forged is still very situational in itself, but I feel like it's going to be a lot better now. It's going to start to see a lot more play now that these glyphs are in
Yeah.
are in the game, or at least the PTS. The updates coming. Updates coming Tuesday, guys. Stay hyped.
Pridwin is now not based on his shield's HP, but on protections from items, so should be kind of good. So I feel like the explosion was a little iffy on like how the shield worked. Oh no, we'll see.
Right. You can definitely start to see where it takes its more offensive versus defensive positioning in the field with these new glyphs. Glorious Pridwen has a second explosion to it upon
Yeah,
casting your ultimate, whereas Reverent Pridwen gives you protections, but it still explodes. Which both are really good. It's just very dependent. I feel like Ymir is gonna be more using that glorious Pridwen. Um,
yeah.
Seeing as Ymir is one of the better damaging tanks in the game, I feel like we're gonna see
Actually,
Ymir with the glorious Pridwen a
nah,
lot more.
nah, because his ult doesn't really work with it.
Really?
Yeah, since your ult, you have to stop moving. Like the explosion thing is so bad when it's like I am like you're already slowing people in your radius and then doing like the big explosion. Like having a shield that explodes doesn't matter.
Fair enough, but it would still be really interesting. Like you could just wall them off. I
Yeah,
mean, I guess if you did have insane CC, it would work. But other than that, you do have a point. It wouldn't really be much use in it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So the each of the Predwins seems interesting. I don't know which is better. I feel like each of them is going to be good, but I feel like one of them is going to come out on top.
I feel like I don't know, man.
Actually, yeah. I think each of them is going to be good for like different situations, like for
Oh,
different people.
100%. 100%. Depending on the god
Which
that you're
is
playing, your current play style, um, how everything is going, it's definitely going to be a 50-50 split between the Pridwins.
say at least from what I can see at this second.
It's
But yeah,
definitely
I
a
feel like
battle
that.
of the shields.
Yeah, I think each of these are the problem with some glyphs is like, oh, there's the trash glyph, and then there's the one that's actually good. This one feels like because of they're doing the same thing pretty much with the glyph, just differently. It won't be quite as you should pick this one sort of thing. Where
Yeah, yeah.
like some things like what is it? What's the defensive item? The breastplate of valor, I think. Where like one of the glyphs is insane and the other glyph is kind of trash.
I mean, this is definitely a change from which one is better to, oh, they're both kind of good. Um,
Yeah,
Once again,
and I
I
feel like
do.
it's
Sorry about
and
that. Go ahead.
especially no. I feel like also this will be easier to balance since you're not having to try to balance two different glyphs that are doing completely separate things. Like for example, like the rune forged hammer, they're doing completely different things. Like this is doing kind of the same thing, so it'll be easier to balance it.
Right, right, right. Um, it is an interesting change to finally see a glyph that is, gonna be 50-50 split between offensive and defensive. So definitely
Yeah,
gonna see which players are more on which side here. Um, Something that I did find interesting is that during these balance changes, the dev team or the balancing team for Smite, they're looking out for all kinds of players here. They're not just looking out for arena players or joust players. No, no, no. They take into account literally everything here. And
yeah,
that's something I find interesting, that they care about the community that much in order to take into consideration every single kind of player that they have in their community.
yeah. On to the next thing though. This one is big. Game-wide stat reductions on items,
Oh, oh shit,
which
you're right. All tier 3 items except for what, like 3?
I think it's two. Odysseus's bow and toxic blade are unchanged.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Odysseus's bow and Toxic Blade are unchanged, but every other tier 3 item besides that got a reduction in physical power and magical power by
By 30%.
30% and decreased health, physical protection, and magical protections on base items by 15%.
So, so my so the power is obviously more than the health decrease. So that'll be so I think tanks will still be good without, but they won't have quite as much protections. Obviously, everyone's gonna be doing less damage though, so it'll be weird.
Dude, tanks are definitely getting hit hard this season.
Actually, they're getting helped by this because everyone else is doing 30% less damage. You're getting 15% less protections. So you're technically winning the numbers game.
Well,
Obviously, it
yeah, on
isn't
pen and paper you're winning, but at the end of the
right.
day, sure, pen and paper is nice, but you're also going to need skill to back it up.
Right.
If you just have a
Yeah.
claim, it's just words. You got to have actually something there. You got to have proof. You got to have evidence.
Yeah. So I think this will be interesting because I agree with the devs that they were talking about how the burst was getting way too high, and I feel like that was that was true. Fights lasted for an eighth of a second, where it's like all the mages and stuff just popped their every ability, and it's like, oh, half my team's dead. Cool. Like, which that kind of sucks. So I feel like this nerf to just overall damage should make it so that fights aren't just like the mages pressed one button and everyone died, which should be cool.
I feel like it is going to be a lot harder to maintain the current meta, which like in duo lane, it's going to be a lot harder to maintain the current meta of power, power, attack speed, penetration on hunters, because the main starting item, Devourer's Gauntlet, the Devo glove here, getting a little bit of a nerf.
Yeah.
Decreased power on the evolved Devo Gauntlet from 70 to 50, it looks like, and
Well, that
decreased physical power from 35 to 30, with decreased power gains on the stack from zero point 0.7 to 0.4. So
but remember, that's just the base. That's mostly just that falling in line with like the 30%. That's not a really a that's not like a specific nerf to that item as
right.
much as just no. So here's my wild theory. If so, my theory is that with these nerfs, more sustained damage is going to become meta.
Okay.
Because if you can't just like mages can obviously burst. Like if you just go straight power, you can just kind of execute things, and like CDR doesn't matter if you just like execute the whole team in one. When you press every button and everyone dies, you don't need CDR. So I think mages are gonna go full CDR. It's like they'll still have good damage and stuff. Like you'll need full CDR to actually like sustain your damage.
Yeah.
I think ADCs are also gonna be good, with just again just pure damage, just attack speed,
So
and
let me
just constant damage.
so let me ask you this then. If you think that mages are gonna be CDR, do you think that Sphinx Bobble is gonna come in to play a little bit more here? Like, do you think people are gonna be wanting that the the extra
I
10% cooldown reduction in replace for their damage, or do you think they just want to stay as burst damage and maybe
I think
go
that
life steal here?
I think that they're not gonna get rid of or not gonna go Phoenix Bobble. It's like I don't think it's gonna be quite that hard of a hit that they're gonna need to start doing Phoenix Bobble and like all that shenanigans. But I think they're just gonna need to, like, instead of it being like, oh, I have like 20-30% and I'm like doing fine, it's like, oh, I'm at 30%, I need to get 40. What is
Right. And
Yeah,
I definitely feel like Sphinx's Bobble is not, it's not really used that often, but based on the way you're describing things, I feel like it's going to get used a lot more during the Season of Souls, especially now with that midfield becoming a lot more open. I'm
yeah.
definitely looking forward to seeing more Tiamat and Thoth coming into play as well with the open fields. Um,
I my prediction is that Warrior's also going to be pretty solid, because you can do solid damage like pretty much everyone with your abilities without dying. And you'll just do constant, like King Arthur, for example, you just kind of constantly are dealing damage to everything. Wild
right.
predictions. There's a very high probability this is completely wrong, but hey, it might be.
It might be wrong. That's why it's called a prediction.
There's a high probability it's wrong.
But that's just a prediction. A Smite prediction.
Prediction. Please don't look into it too hard. It kind of falls over.
All right, all right.
Okay, looking at so there are some items that actually have gotten like nerfs.
Every item got nerfed.
Well, no, like I mean, other than just like the uh like game wide, like the game wide nerfs. For example, um, regrowth is really good. Its move speed is getting reduced from 30 to 20%. So less, let I think it's gonna be less like if you're running someone who can heal themselves, you just have to get that item because it's so good. I think it'll still be really solid, but less good. Because
Less
30% move. 30% move buff is insanity.
Breastplate of Regrowth. I can still see it being used on gods like Shot or Chalk.
Yeah. No, it's still gonna be good. It's just going to be less. If you have a self-healing ability, you buy this item and you don't even think twice about it.
And again, I'm kind of seeing that reoccurring theme of like, if everything's overpowered, nothing's overpowered, you know?
Well, at this point, they're kind of nerfing everything
They are
equally.
nerfing everything equally, except for Odysseus's bow. I feel like Odysseus's bow and Toxic Blade are gonna be sitting in the corner, just cracking their
Yeah.
knuckles.
Yeah, I think Odysseus' bow is just going to be super popular.
Dude, it's already super popular, especially
Yeah.
with that duo lane. I mean, that attack speed mixed with that keen size, pretty powerful combo if you ask me. So we've talked about the items. But let's go into the starter items.
Yeah.
Because I know that tanks, while tanks are getting hit hard this season, how do you think this is going to affect them? Because I know that Sentinels is getting hit. We have Compassion, Heroism. We have the Boomba set. It, not the dreaded War Flag.
War flag.
The dreaded War Flag.
No. Well, again, my theory is that everything's getting nerfed, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Like if you look through it all, again, every item is going to get nerfed. Tanks are going to do. Tanks should theoretically, like from a numbers perspective, do better because they're because they have better like they're getting nerfed less than everyone else. So hopefully this will go well.
We
Anyway,
have
back to the starter items. Sentinel's Embrace is getting nerfed. Its aura is getting nerfed. Obviously, again based on normal stuff. But I feel like Sentinel's Boon at least now has an ability to show up now.
it's got an ability. It's got a
I, I,
subtle ability.
I still think Sentinel's Embrace is better because it's just kind of a better item.
Then we have War Flag.
War Flag, everyone's favorite. So good,
It's the
so
best.
so useful.
It's obviously the best item in the game. Like if you're not getting War Flag every game, then what are you doing? Obviously so good.
What are your thoughts on the ADC item nerfs or
Oh
starter item
Jesus
nerfs?
Christ. Burst damage is definitely going to be significantly harder, but then again, I feel like it's going to be significantly better in fights because it's going to be harder to get. It's going to be more impressive to see in the fight.
Right, if you can, and because now it's like if you're not doing burst, you're just bad. Like, what are you doing? Now,
Dude,
now if you now if you somehow get burst damage, you're like it's like oh you actually did something.
right, and I feel like we're gonna kind of start to see a lot of these stim hunters switch off into ability-based hunters. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict to see a lot of um, maybe a lot of Amuzan Cobb, some Scotty, maybe some Marty coming into play a little bit more. Definitely the season of burst. Definitely the season of burst.
And my prediction is the exact opposite. There's going to be the season of sustain.
Of what?
Of sustain.
Season of sustain. I mean, that's gonna be a pretty hard one to predict, figuring that Brawler's beat stick just got a pretty heavy nerf from 55 to 45, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's my prediction. Is that's going to be us very sustainy, like not like lifesteal, but more just like consistent damage instead of like huge burst damage.
So definitely a lot more healers coming into play. Maybe a Baron
Maybe.
Samedi support more often. Maybe an Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Um, maybe to fill the burst damage with hunters. In my theory, maybe a little bit more ADC mage.
Maybe.
Maybe. Again, definitely gonna be interesting to see. But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I am still really mad about the fact that we have Goosemongander, World Kitty, Meowie, Spicy Ramen Raw, but we don't have Shiva. And
Yeah, we still need that.
we need that so bad. But
What?
speaking of trolls, I do want to move into our new segment here. The troll build.
Uh, actually, before we go into that, we should finish with the patch notes
Aren't we finished with those?
and look at the god patch or the god buff slash nerfs quick.
Oh yeah, we still need to finish the god nerfs, don't we?
Yeah, the item nerfs are so long that you kind of forgot that wait, there's gods that got nerfed.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about. There's just so much to this update, and that really makes me happy. But at the same time, it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
Dawn's a burrow.
so I'm just gonna start at the top. Afro got nerfed. That's okay. I don't know. The movement speed is whatever. I think she'll still be okay with the heal.
Okay.
Hachi got a little bit of a nerf. That's kinda. It doesn't
I'm
seem.
really glad that Hachi got a nerf actually because he went from being so meta, like him, Hachiman, and what was it, Rama?
Yeah, maybe.
There's Rama, Vamana, and Vamana. So
Yeah.
fuck, I had train of thought. But yeah, it is nice to see that Hachi got a it is nice to see that Hachiman got a nerf
Yeah.
due to the fact that he's really meta at the moment. So seeing that Eagle Eye finally getting nerfed means that you don't just instantly die once he hits you with the war banner.
Yeah.
Um
That.
it's gonna be interesting to see that Rama Hachiman box it out in the duo lane from now on.
Yeah. Um. Vamana's ult is lasting less time, which is nice. I do like that. You know how much I don't like Vamana just being cute and beating up my team.
He's the big baby.
Ripped. Yamojo's movement ability got a nerf on movement speed.
I thought you were gonna say Rip Tire, not Rip Tide, and I'm like, what the fuck? This ain't Overwatch.
Oh no, Achilles got a buff.
Oh no, Achilles!
His
Not Achilles!
execute threshold is buffed from instead of executing at 30%, it executes at 35.
Oh, that's gonna be insane.
Uh, on her got a bit attack speed buff.
Right, that's gonna be interesting, actually. He got an attack speed buff as well as his shifting sands. His shifting sands got an increased slow
It's slow.
duration. That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, because I did always feel like that slow felt a little, especially like level 1. It felt like you just kind of walk it off.
Right, but now you can it's actually noticeable from 15 to 20. Oh,
Yeah,
um, it went from 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35 to 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40
so it just shifted
percent.
5.
It just shifted 5.
So it's not an insane buff or anything. It's solid.
Yeah.
Apollo Mez is getting a buff.
The
shift of like
Serenade and the moves. I'm really interested to see how this affects gameplay, because with this, I I think that he's definitely going to be able to box with some of the more meta hunters this season, with Rama and probably on her coming into play
yeah
as well with these new buffs. But
yeah
he's
his
definitely going to be able to stand a chance in order to box with the others.
his mid or his mez getting buffed is kind of whatever in my
His
opinion.
his mesmerize is mid.
Um, the movement speed buff will be nice,
Oh yeah, the
and it
movement
also
speed
affects the
buff slash
debuff.
debuff. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see.
Artemis got a buff of
Artemis hopefully seeing.
more power and less cooldown. That's two solid buffs. And
Oh
I
yeah, no, 100%. Suppress the insolent getting an insane buff here. So hopefully Artemis coming into play a lot more as well. Not just the
uh
tanks getting affected, it's just the entire duo lane that I'm seeing here.
yeah, Bacchus got his belch cooldown buffed for by two
Okay.
seconds. That's nice.
It's nice. Nice to see more steroids going onto the field when Iroh drinks his tea.
Bastet getting an at HP buff from 2 to 3,
Oh
which
no! No!
I think that's necessary because I feel like those things never, like the cat always just gets executed.
Looks like the cat's out of the bag, man.
Aron got a increased
No, 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 no,
CC.
no, 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 not Charon. Chiron.
Chiron
Car. We
got an
don't want to
increased
make that
CC.
same mistake.
Yeah, he got an increased CC immunity on his circle thing, which is woo. Now it's, to be fair, now I feel like it's at least it's not like, oh wait, I was CC immune. Like for a while, I did not realize that actually gave CC immunity.
No,
I don't think it's
it
gonna
gives
be.
CC immunity just for like a split fucking second.
Yeah, now I think it's gonna be at least like noticeable, and doesn't, you don't have to play absolutely perfectly to get the CC immunity out of it.
You literally just gained zero point 0.2 seconds on the CC immunity. I don't think that's going to be noticeable, hardly.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna. Again, I feel like you can, like you at least see that you're CC immune.
Okay, fair.
I don't know if I don't think it's gonna help all that much. But at least it's like, oh wait, that actually did something.
Getting here. E-Shell.
Uh,
Oh boy, as if E-Shell couldn't get any more powerful.
yeah,
E-Shell
increased
getting a
damage per
buff on
tick.
greater. E-Shell getting an ultimate buff on greater end. The tick damage in for magical or fuck.
Yeah, for power is going up, and a little bit more scaling.
Right,
So that's
right.
good.
It. I mean, I feel like E-Shell didn't really need a buff. I feel like E-Shell was pretty solid.
Her ult did feel a little wimpy.
Okay,
Like it felt.
that's fair.
I feel like this buff should be like, it's just a small tweak, but I feel like it should help the like it feeling like you're hitting them with a pool noodle. Now you're hitting them with like a slightly longer pool noodle that's
You're
filled with
bonking
water.
them with a plastic bat.
Yeah. Still not. It's still not gonna like. It's not like some ults where it just beams you down, but it's still really good.
You went
Yanis is
from
getting a.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
With E-Shell on her ult, now you went from hitting the enemy with the pool noodle to whacking them on the head with a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah. Yanis ult is getting a little bit of a penetration increase.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's
It's a
one
thing.
of the less
Yeah.
one of the worst updates for this season, but still okay, I'll
But
take it.
still solid.
Kukul Khan, his slipstream, so his movement ability getting a little bit of a decreased cooldown here.
But
Um,
but it's actually like it's based on like how much it drops, not like from the beginning.
right,
So
they
it's like it's
decreased it
still
to 2
fifth,
seconds.
like, but it's still 15 seconds at level 1, which is kind of cool. So he's not super fast at early game, but like at late game, he's like actually a bit faster.
Late game, you're definitely seeing increased speed late game, especially with that with the Chronos pendant. If you were to
Yeah.
use that on Cuckoo, you got your CDR online. You can use Slipstream all you want.
Uh, for Kisumbo, he's getting a 5% shift in damage reflection on his 2.
On his
So
shell
that's
spikes.
so that's actually kind of cool. Because again, that was also one of the things where I felt like you were hitting him with a wet pool noodle. It really didn't hit that hard, but it gives you reduced seat. Like when you ever take a hit, your cooldown's reduced. So it still was good. It just now I feel like it will be a little bit more of a threat, like damage wise.
I feel like we should I feel like we should move on to the next segment because um we're going through a lot more gods.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here, let's do a quick check. Make sure nothing is like god tier, like
Loki,
insane.
Medusa, Mulan, Poseidon, Ra, Raijin, Ravana, Set, Shiva,
Ooh,
Scotty getting a buff. Okay.
ooh,
Sobek. Uh,
Poseidon's getting a buff to his attack speed during his trident, which is new. So that should be kind of nice.
that should be a nice little feeling in midfield for a minute. Sun
Um.
Wukong,
Oh yeah,
Tsukuyomi,
Sobek.
Uller.
Real quick, Sobek is going to be. I feel like it's going to be pretty good. He was already solid, and so his pluck is getting reduced by 2 seconds, and everything else is getting reduced by 1 except his ult. So he'll just be doing more things.
Right. Sun Wukong, Tsukuyomi, Uller, Vulcan, Xingtan, okay, and Zhang Kui to finish it out.
Terrible update. Your arm didn't get buffed. 0 out of 10.
You didn't buff the World Kitty? The World Kitty
You,
didn't get
you,
any head pats or scritches? Bad update?
bold prediction. Next update, your arm's getting buffed. I feel like this is how it works.
Yorm's getting a
Every other
million power.
update, every other update, he gets a buff. Again, there's gonna be a great day when I'm gonna see Yarm nerf. It'll be both a very happy day and a kind of a sad day at the same time.
I feel like every other god they're lenient on, but the moment Yorm becomes overpowered, they're like, whoa, slow
Whoa,
down.
they nerf him back into F tier again. Like they just revert every buff they've given to him. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Rework this boy from the ground up, alright? But,
Yeah,
let's kind of move
yeah.
into that new segment here. The troll builds. The troll builds. Oh, so basically during this little segment, me and Quentin here, we pick a god. During a segment, we pick a god and we work together to make a kind of build for them. We make a god, we put them in a lane they don't belong in, we give them a build they don't use at all, and we see how they do.
Say
Today,
we might also just go into we might just do just a purely like no one uses this item, or just all the items that no one really uses but are kind of okay. I think would be a fun one.
war flag,
So
war
we
flag.
use like war flag, like
Horus,
just Horus war flag, and like just all support items that no one really uses but are still pretty good.
Horus war
Anyway,
flag can take Yon, obviously.
yeah, we should run that. I feel like that should be our next one
That should be our next one, but for this episode, we
for
did
this time.
Danza in the mid lane with high burst damage. Danza in the mid lane with high burst damage. The build, Death's Toll and Transcendence for our starter. followed by an Aussie, Jotun's Wrath, Odysseus' Bow, and a Crusher, with your relics being Purification Beads and Aegis. At level 20, we're going to replace that starter item with a Titan's Bane for extra penetration, or you can go Bloodforge for extra lifesteal, depending on the situation.
Yeah. No, I feel like this one like kind of makes sense because he kind of feels like a mage without being like super magey. Like all of his abilities feel kind of mage-like. Like his gold that you throw that like draws people in kind of feels like a mage like setup thing.
It feels like a secondary Discordia, if you ask me.
Yeah, it feels like how Baron will root before he throws out things to like guarantee damage. It's kind of like that. And his ult is good for that, and he has a pretty okay movement ability, especially for mid laners, where a good chunk of them just have no movement.
Danzaburou definitely does feel like a mid laner in some aspects. I really do love his burst damage. This build worked out way better than I was expecting. It 100% did, especially with the double kill that we just pulled off here. But definitely did work out way better than I had hoped, way better than I had expected. It wasn't as much of a troll build as I would have thought, but still decent test. So first got down. Not bad for a troll build.
Yeah. I think this horse one is going to be way more tame, less just weird. Like, oh, he doesn't really fit there. More just, man, we're gonna build Warflag and other random items that no one uses, like Mystic Mail, everyone's favorite item. It's so good.
Emperor's Armor.
Yeah, Emperor's Armor, especially after it got nerfed.
Serrated Edge, 100%.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like. Yes. So that's the next one.
Next God Horus Warflag.
Next God Horus Warflag.
Horus Warflag. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is all the time that we will have for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning into this podcast, this little episode of Smote, the unofficial Smite podcast. I hope you all were officially smitten, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Bye.
Woo! The duck of luck. The duck of luck.
Duck of luck.
The duck of luck.